Hello, everyone. Dr. Victoria Scribo here, speaking to you from the Seeds of Transformation Healing Center in Wareham, Massachusetts. I'm here in my office, and we're going to do some cards again. I want to do some cards on this scourge of shootings that are happening in America over the weekend. And of course, we did have the eclipse that was actually very, very early this morning. So we did have that eclipse energy with Saturn squaring the nodes. Resolution node being the south node, meaning that we need to go back to our past, to examine our past, to see pretty much our sins. And unfortunately, I think part of that energy is being expressed through current events to bring our attention back to what we really need to be concentrating on. So this is a delicate subject, not in that it's delicate in the, it's delicate in that the whole idea of talking about this white supremacy violence, the Great Replacement theory, the shootings that have occurred in the United States that have been motivated by that, including the church shooting that happened and was in South Carolina, the Tree of Life Synagogue, right? And I also think there was a shooting of a mosque, not a mosque, Sikh, sorry, Sikh temple in Michigan. It's been going, it's been going on and on, but, since Trump got in, and, sort of brought all that, he was the sort of mighty leader, and sort of the conduit, very much the way Hitler was a conduit for the Nazis. And here we go talking about Nazis. So I don't know if I may not actually monetize this, because I would like to talk to you about it and see what the cards say without having to worry about saying what needs to be said. There's a saying amongst progressives, and perhaps anybody who pays attention, might just be progressives, that freedom of speech is a right as long as they agree with you. So, or something like that. Anyway, if you have something that's really going to shake the bars and change things, usually they don't like you saying it, and they'll find ways to prevent you from saying it. Banning books and all that stuff. So. But the truth is out there. They're trying to, it's like Pandora trying to put the cover back on the box. People know. People are aware. There's very, in a way, there's very little control over the information that people can get. They'll find ways, maybe they'll go underground or whatever. It won't be as accessible. And maybe, in certain cases, I don't know, maybe that's better. But all right, let's take a look at this. I want to see, let's just do cards on the Great Replacement theory. I'm going to use the Thoth deck, and then we're going to probably look at Carlson, Tucker Carlson, Stefanic, what's her name? I can't remember her first name. I think it begins with an A. Stefanic from New York, and also we may look at the shooter for Buffalo. We'll see how this goes, because I always have a plan, and then the cards do what they want to do. So this is about the Great Replacement theory. We have the Three of Wands. This card is a card of birth. It's an idea that is finding space in the zeitgeist. It is a seed of something. It is a seed of something. So let's see what's challenging that. Oh, the high priestess. The high priestess. We're not seeing something. Something is being hidden. It's a seed that's growing, but it is not the truth. See what's underneath it? Yeah. It's the devil card speaks of separation from source. It is a way of the dark forces holding back the light, right? So this truly is this whole what we're seeing going on now with this great replacement theory, taking sort of being birthed really into something that's no longer under the covers and hiding and all of that, right? This is very reminiscent of Saturn squaring the nodes. It's very, very evident, and we need to deal with it. What the North Node in Taurus is trying to tell us is that we need to work on what is essential in our lives, what's most important. And what we need to release and let go of from the past. And in order to exercise white supremacy, replacement theory, all of this stuff, this sense of anybody, white or otherwise, being above anybody else, we are all equal. We are all equal. You may have nuclear weapons, you may have big guns, you may be a bully on the block, but we are all equal. So this whole idea is a way of keeping us in the dark. Let's see, the past, yeah, sorrow, heartache, that's all it really brings us. Separation. In the sky, use your own knowledge, your own understanding. The 9 is about introspection. It's about going within. It's about finding the light within yourself. It's wisdom. But it's a 9, so it's compassion, it's unconditional love. So what's available to us really in this reading is the wisdom of the ages, the wisdom of our unity and our oneness. Let's see what's in the immediate future. The 3 of Pentacles. There are a lot of people in power who are trying to strengthen this cause. That's what that says to me. This could be, in many times the other readers call this dark money. It's very possible the wheels of the way things are set up, with the elite making all the decisions for us. I don't know. I don't think I want Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, and the other guy there, Zuckerberg, to determine what kind of world I'm going to live in. Sorry. So we do have to be careful and be aware. I don't know, I hate to say it, but when a bunch of rich white guys get together, we should all be nervous. All right, let's see how it's seen from outside. Yeah, it's a tool of oppression. It's to keep people afraid and oppressed and of each other. This is like anti-freedom. which of course is what America says. We're free, we're brave, we're all of these things. What it looks like is we're afraid. We're so afraid that, you know, every like shadow, every possible thing is an enemy. But you know, the United States was born out of trauma. It traumatized the Native Americans, it traumatized the Africans that came here, and many of the people who came here came to escape the trauma of the old country, right? So there's a lot of unprocessed trauma generationally, you know, throughout the whole world. But there's something about America where it's like the trauma is so diverse, you know, like in Spain. Spain has a traumatic history, and it's Spain, so it's Spanish tragic history. But America, it's like Spanish tragic history and Black tragic history and all these tragic sort of histories. The domestic situation, the illusion is falling away. The delusion of it, it's in a way rotten. It's rotten to the core. It's rotten to the core. This really is, in fact, this Seven of Cups card is a Scorpio card. This is the 4711 vibration in the system that I use. The Seven of Cups. Delusions, illusions. All the choices are really delusional. There's no good choice here, right? There's no good choice when it comes to this white supremacy. Okay, let's see. Hopes and fears. Yeah, we want the truth to come out. We want the truth to come out. And of course, that's scary because it does disrupt things. Let's see the outcome. Okay, we have a truce. We have a truce here. So balance. So there seems to be some sort of containing it, perhaps. And then the healing card, alchemy card. This is temperance. So what I would say about this is, actually, I thought that this immediate future might have been the large companies that in their own way are doing the white supremacy thing, because they're all run by white guys. But so I think that's true. I don't think that was wrong for me I don't think that was incorrect. But this can also be the wheels of government perhaps working to put a boundary, a boundary around it so that we can heal, that we can regain our balance. Okay, so that's very interesting. That was a very interesting reading. Now I want to do a reading on Tucker Carlson, and we're going to stick with the Thoth deck, because if anybody deserves the Thoth deck, it's him. So Tucker Carlson is a Taurus. He's a Taurus, and I believe he has Neptune. Is it exactly opposite his sun in Taurus, or his Mercury? We should look at his chart. We should look at his chart. Have I done an astrology and Kabbalah on him? I don't think so. I think that might be one to do. Now, I know you're thinking, like, why are you giving this guy oxygen? I think it's important to understand, you know, what in a way, what's behind it. Try to understand the energy, and maybe what the lesson is in what he's doing, you know, for us, you know, which isn't, you know, it's just to bring up the shadow stuff. Again, if you don't see it, if it's not in front of your face, then, and you don't know it's there, it can't be healed like anything. You know, you have to name it to a certain extent to have a place to move from. But in that naming, you do have to stay adaptable. Otherwise, the fixed ideas can sometimes create breakdown. All right, so let's take a look at Tucker Carlson. Nobody's favorite person. Nobody I know, anyway. Oh, look, he's in love. Oh, he's well loved. Well, he's well loved by some. Let's see what's challenging that love. The Empress. Okay, so a couple of things with this card. Well, this could be a love affair that Russia has with him, because he's very well received in Russia. So there's could be that. So the challenge could be his connections to Russia. May put a little fly in his I'm in love ointment, right? But this is also the feminine. And this is the women, the rising up of women. Oh my goodness. Bird just hit my window. I think he's okay though. Well, I think he's okay. Either that, or it could have been a squirrel jumping on my feeder, which was more likely. All right. So, yeah. So challenging him is the rising of the feminine. Doesn't that make your heart just sing, ladies and gents? Let's see what's underneath it. We have the Prince of Cups. The King of Cups. In this deck, the princes are actually the kings, I believe. And this is, he is spreading the word of what he feels. On a certain level, I think he feels like he's doing a service. I think he really buys into this shit. Oh, that's okay. I'm not monetizing, right? I don't know. If you don't monetize, can you say shit? The past, oh yes. Money, money, money. This guy is making a fortune. This guy is making a fortune. Does he really believe it in his heart of hearts? It almost doesn't matter. He's making a fortune. Okay. See in the sky. I feel like this is the I'm sorry, the magician. I feel like he may be the puppet, but not the puppet master. But let's see what else comes up here. I'm not sure about that. Let's see what's in the immediate future. The Lovers. So agreements, relationships, choices. He has a choice. The choice is coming up for Tucker Carlson. How it's seen from the outside, that would be us. The Seven of Swords. The Five of Swords. Abuse of power. Unfair tactics. But in the Kabbalah, this is associated with Geburah, which is the Sephiroth of instant karma. So while he does what he does, I think most people feel like he won't actually get away with it. Domestic situation, yeah. So justice. So something is going to come. So he's not going to get away with what he's doing. There is cosmic justice coming for him. Hopes and fears. Yeah, well, victory card. Just depends on your point of view. Of course, everybody watching me, it would be a fear, right, that he might win. We have a truce here. Another truce. This is very interesting. It says so this truth says to me that, if he's saying this, there's going to be an oppositional force that cuts that off. And this is very similar to the Four of Swords that came in the first reading about white supremacy. Very interesting. Let me see if I can pick a major arcana. Here we have truce again. So that energy of stopping, something is being stopped here. And I think this is the prudence. This is the Eight of Pentacles. I feel like there may be pressure to when they say, oh, we're not going to pay for advertising for the Tucker Carlson show, that kind of thing. I think that might also happen. And let's see. The Queen of Discs. This Queen of Discs comes up a lot. There is a woman, a powerful woman with a lot of money that she's, I don't want to say she's behind it. I want to say she's around it. I'm not sure who that is. But she keeps coming up in these readings, and it's very, very, very strange. Okay. All right. So that was Tucker Carlson. So it looks like he is going to be contained, but he's not the one in charge. This could actually be Murdoch. That could be Murdoch. Rupert Murdoch. Okay, so let's see, what else do I have here? Stefanic. Let's see if Stefanic is gonna pay for her aligning with, of course, Trump, and now with this replacement theory. Stefanic from New York. I still can't remember her first name. And if I wasn't using my phone, I would look it up. But I'm using my phone to record this. So, what's up for Stefanic? I think she might even be up for election. I'm not positive. Well, let's see what happens to her. What's going to happen to Stefanic from New York? What's going to happen to Stefanic from New York? All right. She also gets the Thoth deck. All right. Ten of Cups. Boy, she's happy. She's feeling like she's on the top of the world. This is also, you know, the Ten of Cups has this, I don't know, Lena Rodriguez always speaks of it like, you know, everything's peachy keen, the 1.3 children or whatever it is. You know, not the reality of most people, but this like weird sort of delusional state that the Republicans like to inhabit. We have crossing it, the Princess of Swords. So this is something that has been said. So what she has said, I believe, is going to interfere with her happiness, her feeling of that she's at the top of the world. She is worried. She is worried. They may start taking money away from her or her campaign. Here she is in the past, the Knight of Wands, taking on the mantle of the Republican cause, you know, going out there, being willing to say it. And one thing you have to say about this woman is that she's willing to say it. What she says is hogwash, but she's willing to say it. And there are so many Republicans that are just staying quiet and hoping these things, you know, blow over. So at least the woman has a set of gullones. Maybe misdirected gullones, but she has them. Let's see what's in the sky. The Queen of Wands. I think there's something to be said for a woman who is willing to speak up, even though it's not necessarily, it's a terrible idea. It's a terrible idea. Let's see what's in the immediate future. Ooh, the Prince of Wands. So we have the Queen of Wands, and then we have the Prince of Wands. I almost feel like this could be Pelosi. Now, is Stefanic in the house? Asserting somebody saying something, you know, somebody pointing out what she said and how that's inappropriate for a member of that. Just a lot of flack for what she said, especially after the Buffalo shooting. I really think the Buffalo shooting, it's interesting that it happened in New York, right? And she's a representative from New York, although I think she's from Staten Island. She's not from that area. But that would, it's almost like a whole New York thing. So we have that happen in Buffalo, and on the other side of Manhattan, really, or whatever, you know, you have a tipping, you know, disrupting or bringing to our attention what she said, because not everybody pays attention to her, right? In the immediate future, we have the Prince of Wands. So this is the King of Wands. So this is somebody who, this is an inspirational male energy. If she's running, I don't know who she's running against. I should have checked all this. I'm sorry. I really try not to pay attention too much to politics, except, you know, through the lens of astrology, because it's, you know, it's like stepping in poop, you know, with sneakers on. Your best attempt doesn't get all the poop off your shoes. So it's really can be really challenging, especially if you're a sensitive. How it's seen from the outside: valorous, bravery. Somebody has bravery here. Let's see her domestic situation: the Seven of Wands, Seven of Swords, futility. She's going to be, this is, you know, she's going to be, maybe she'll be censured or something like that. But something is definitely, they're definitely shining the light on this. They're shining the light on this through its development. And I think it was something that she took on that she didn't maybe necessarily believe in, but she's using it for power. So she can be in a powerful position. Hopes and fears, illumination. We want everybody to see what this is. And the outcome, we have the Knight of Discs. So this says to me that what she has planted has not yet come to fruition, but we're waiting. We're waiting to see. So we may not find out. We may not see what, this may not happen for a little while, I think is what this is saying. And then we have the Prince of Discs, which is the King of Pentacles in this deck. Yeah, let's pull one more. Let's see. Truce again. So what this says to me is that her monetary backing, I think, is going to dry up a little bit. And that's really what it says underneath the Five of Pentacles, underneath it all. Yeah, so, you know, it's interesting because she had the page, she had the Knight of Wands, then she had the Queen of Wands, and then she had the King of Wands. And that shows, that's like a whole cycle to me of putting out a belief and that causing like, I don't think she really believes it. It never felt like any of the things she said she believed in. It always felt to me like it was just a way to get ahead and to get in a powerful position. And maybe she thought she could do some good from that more powerful position. But, you know, when you step in shit, you smell. Sorry to say, Stefanic. All right, that's what I see. I'll do another reading on a couple of, I'll do maybe something separate on the Buffalo shooting and that. That's a little more sacred. So I want to give it that right. I want to put those poor grandmas and aunties in the same sentence with these mamalukes. All right, guys, drools. Have yourself a wonderful day. I am having a Kabbalah class, introduction to Kabbalah and the Tree of Life, if anyone's interested in that. It's actually it's scheduled to start on the 18th, which is this coming Wednesday, but I may put it a week ahead, maybe the next week. But if you're interested in it, it's either going to start Wednesday or it's going to start the Wednesday after that. So it's either going to be the 18th or the 23rd. And it'll get started. It's a 6-week course. And it's on consecutive Wednesday evenings, 7 to 9 p.m. And I do record it, and I do send out the recordings. So if you can't make it for the class, but you want to learn what I have to teach about it, you can still take the class. You don't have to, be in it every week, but you'll get all the videos that go with it. All right, guys, take care. I love you all. Namaste.